I do believe that it could be the time known as
9 a.m.
Well, I was gonna say breakfast stream.
9 a.m.
It's also 9 a.m. Morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday, the second month of the year, February, the 22nd day of that month on the year 2022. It's a lot of twos. I'm not going to count them. There's too much room for error. But there are several twos. If you like twos, first off, that's a strange personality trait. But if you do like twos, today is your day. Today's your day. I wore contacts all day yesterday, and it is the first day in months and months and months and months and months that I've worn contacts. When the pandemic came, I was like, you know what? Glasses are fine, but I wore them yesterday because we shot something. We shot the bumper, and we needed to look a certain way, so I put my contacts in, and when I put my contacts in, I couldn't see, and I was like, isn't that what these are supposed to do? So I put them in and I walked out into the living room. Dan was here, and I talked to him. I was like, Mal, I put them in and I can't see. It was like it was blurry before, and like it's maybe slightly clear, but it's still really blurry. She was like, when was the last time you replaced those contacts? And I was like, that's a great question. No idea. So like, they were definitely, old, because like I haven't worn my contacts in like months and months and months and months, and they're 3-week contacts. Yeah. My prescription's the same in each eye, so I can't ever swap them because it wouldn't matter. They're the same prescription. So it was weird. I threw them away. I opened up a new pair of contacts, and I was fine. I was like, that's really strange. Like, if you just leave the contacts sitting around for, I guess, a while, they just stop working? Setsy says, it's almost like contacts are perishable.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Silly Steven, those were your blurry yeah, I think that's I didn't label them. Yeah. Anyway, threw them away, put in a new pair, and then everything was fine. I gotta tell you though, having not worn contacts in, God, probably like, it might be a year or more. Certainly regularly it's been over a year. My eyes hurt today. Like, they are sore. I also didn't get quite enough sleep because I was up a little late, so that's contributing too. But like, my eyes are sore, and they have, like, you wake up and you rub your eyes and you have like almost like the allergen stuff in your eyes. I have like 3 or 4 times the amount this morning that I normally have. So I'm like, man, I'm not used to, my body is not used to wearing contacts.
It's not the prescription. I've seen a few people say that. He just had that.
Yeah, that's not, my prescription's the same. It was literally like the same contacts, but I went from an old pair to a new pair, and the new pair worked and the old pair didn't. So Yeah, I don't know. My eyes this morning have been real watery. So
There was a lot of pollen yesterday too.
yeah, it's true. And we were outside a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's it. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is, but like, I don't know, man. I like wearing contacts, but I just I stopped. I just stopped, and I have a feeling to get back into it could be a little difficult. Anyway, I'm gonna read some things. I should probably read some things. First off, thanks all for Hype Train. The P Train. You know we have a High P Train origin story now because of broken phone. You might have blocked that one out of memory. It was gross.
I might have.
As of the last broken phone, there's a vague origin story to it. It's great or not. Or it's bad. It certainly exists. That much is.
Yeah, you can say that.
It's irrefutable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with this. Mark from Vermont gifted 5 subs to Beck1256. Just being Kyle. Neptune Lecan. Who me? NY? And Sky Pirate Fina. Mark, thank you. Appreciate that this morning. We got a sub from Lady Cat 69. Welcome. 300 bits from Satsy. It says, Armchair Comedian. I just wanted to say that this morning before I got distracted by something shiny. Armchair Comedian is a good phrase. I like that. 26 months from Rackbell316. 16 months from Lost Vagabond. 40 months from Ryan B06. 40 months also from Quack Team James. 11 months at Tier 2 from That Gamer Gerbil. Gold Toast. 24 months from Humbology. You get the clap. A clap, not to be confused with the clap. 28 months from Darling Aces. 41 months from Satsy. Darling Aces also gives us up to Evan CZ the Hunter. 34 months from Shy. The Reload gives us up to 2. I wonder if they're really good friends with 3. Do you think they even know him? They probably don't even know him. Probably really low chance. Lost Vagabond gifted us up to Malier. 9 months from Tony Tank 721. 34 months from Spark Strike 13. 500 bits from RunT.exe. Morning gang. How goes the fight against the TikTok algorithm, Grandpa? Which side did you end up on? I realize I haven't announced this.
No, you haven't.
Not even publicly,
No.
actually.
No.
I didn't do it publicly. I had announced it on Discord, and then I got ousted a little bit by Dan and Josh. Yeah, Dan and Josh ousted me on that. I joined TikTok. I think is it TikTok or is it TokTime? I thought it was TokTime, and I made a TokTime. I got Clock App, and I made a TokTime. So watch out! Here I come, Danny. We all know that you know that it's TikTok. Sonny, come here, Sonny.
The newest hippest kid in the neighborhood.
When I first downloaded the TokTime, it had many of the TikToks coming up real quick, and
he yelled,
and the TomTims were screaming at me, and I screamed loudly profanity at my cellular phone.
He did.
Because I hated it. And I said, ah! And then I scrolled, and they just kept coming. It was like a Smash Mouth song. And I kept going, and I never saw a single good one. were garbage. They're literal garbage. And in that moment, I just... It's breakfast stream. I'm not going to tell you what I said. And in that moment, I decided that I must make TokTimes. Tim Tokes. Tim Tokes is a... I like Tim Tokes. So anyway, I don't know how to tell you how to get to it.
Chaz linked to it, don't worry.
Oh, Chaz did it. I plan... Here's my plan. Because I know some of you are like, TikTok, Jesus. I feel the same. My perspective on the situation is that short form content is becoming, I say becoming, but it's actually just been important for a while. My plan is to try and embrace the freedom of making literally whatever I want on TikTok. There are no repercussions for whatever I want to make on TikTok from the perspective of, like, if it's a stupid thing, doesn't matter. I don't have any presence on that platform. I have nothing to lose. I can just make any garbage I want. If I have the dumbest idea that comes to my head, I can do it. If it's good, if it's something that I'm like, oh, this is good, or it's relevant in a non-stupid sense, I can cross-post that to a YouTube short on StephenVOD. That's kind of how I'm viewing this. So, like, the first one is stupid. It would make no sense on YouTube. Then I did a snack review, and I was like, I'm going to post that on both. The snack review is actually, helpful. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. It's like, if I get some stupid idea in my head, if I just want to, if I just want to turn it on and just say, I don't know, antelope, and I just want to practice saying antelope, I could do that. And I don't give a crap. Put it on the internet. The other, I am going to tell you one thing that is very cool for me as a music lover about TikTok, and then also to an extent, a lesser extent, YouTube Shorts. That clown's not new, right? It sounds kind of new. The one cool thing I like is that you can just put music in it. You just put music in it.
Yes.
It's just you type in a song, and you're like, I just want this. It's not new. Anyway, so that's neat. I like that. Because I know a lot of music. And it's probably not what the kids are listening to. And it's probably not what's being used in the top TikToks. So, don't expect...
What was the one you used? Chips?
I used the Chips theme. That was very funny to me.
Yeah,
that was very funny. That's the one thing I'll tell you is that, and this is something that's really weird. On TikTok, you can put music on your little things, and you can, it could be for the whole thing. On YouTube Shorts, they are 15 seconds. You can only have 15 seconds of a song.
Good morning, Jeff.
I don't know why. That's really strange. So, if things get posted to both, the TikTok one will probably have music. The one on YouTube may not, because it would be insane for it to do 15 seconds and then stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So that's that. If anyone's like, well, why even bother? There are folks, this will surprise everyone. There are folks out there in the world that don't know who we are, have never heard of us, haven't heard the good news of Grandpa and Grandma.
They tend to be younger.
Yeah. and they like to be screamed at, I think, because I opened up the app and just it was nonsense. This is a lot of nonsense. So by being on the platform, it allows you to be like, hey, instead of getting screamed at, would you like some toast? We'll see how that goes. And the other thing is, like I said, from a creativity standpoint, it is nice to, it's very freeing. Because, like, I can't post anything I want on, like, YouTube. I can do basically anything. But there, there's some things, like, I wouldn't just make a video that's like, ah! I couldn't do that. And maybe one day I want to do that. I don't know. So now I have an outlet for that. I have an outlet for what I described. Oh, is that how you become a TikToker? You just
scream at it.
So I will tell you, maybe one of the reasons that TikTok is struggling for me is that whenever it starts, it's like, hey, what is it you like? And I said nothing. I said, let's see how well you do, algorithm. And so far, not great. So far, not great. The first things that it started to show me were like really weird, cruel, but obviously fake pranks. And I'm like, what is this? Some of the pranks are like, they're really awful things. They're like happening in public, but the person is definitely in on it. And it's bad acting. And I'm like, what is this? And I asked Mal, I was like, what is this? Is this what people want to see? And she goes, you watch it because you're so confused by it. She said, in the time it's taken for you to tell me about it, it's ran like 5 times. And I'm like, I hate this. I was like, this is the worst future. So I hope to make something that, better. It's probably somewhat better. Oh, and Mal's on it too. For the same reasons. See if we can Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. I'm sure that there's good stuff out there that even I would like. It's a platform. And I think from an artistic standpoint, there is something to be said of the ability to try and create something within that 9:16 frame. I think that interests me because it's like completely different from everything I know. Like, I'm classically trained in cinema, and to go from that to like, no, now we're gonna make them but it lets you think about it for a bit, and you're like, well, maybe there's some interesting things you can do. So at some point, I'd really like to put a little thought into the composition behind 9:16 and do some interesting things with it. But we'll get there.
Someone said my paintings would be good on there. I already have one ready for this painting. I just haven't posted it because the full's not out yet.
5-second camera fact explainers. See, there you go. I could do that. Do y'all know what an aperture is? It's this. That's a good one. I might do that. I might do that. MCL Blue says, am I going to miss out if I don't follow you guys there? I mean, that's up to you. I know there's some folks that, like, the idea of, like, even installing TikTok is a sin. I don't, like, totally disagree because there's absolutely a lot of nonsense on there. I will be cross-posting the stuff to YouTube if it's, particularly good. If you want more, if you want some of the weirder stuff, or things that just don't make a whole lot of sense, you can bookmark the page or something and check in on it. But yeah, it's an interesting platform. Yeah, you can use the website without. It's not like Instagram. Although they changed Instagram, didn't they? Where you can finally use it on the internet. For the longest time, Instagram was like, now you have to have the app. And I was like, shut up, stupid website. I think they finally changed it.
I hate how they're like, you have to log in to view this. I don't wanna.
They do that?
Mm-hmm.
Do they do the thing where you click it and it brings it up, but then it's obscured?
Yes.
I'm fairly certain that on multiple occasions I've, like, clicked inspect on the website and like
Same.
just went and just got rid of that crap so I could see, because I'm like, which is insane because I could just like log in. Anyway, I'm gonna read things. Here we go. Hold on. Oh, that was weird. All right, now I'm good. This is my morning burps, but they all came at once. Normally those are spread out. 28 months from Night Owl 20. 300 bits from Ann, who says, our internet grandpa is tall. He catches the mons big and small. In Kanto, they cower, awaiting the hour when he yells, just get in the ball! Speaking of, one of the rhymes, one of the directions we could have went there was tower. Specifically Pokemon Tower, which now, it's been 2 weeks. I thought we were going to catch ghost Pokemon, and I was wrong.
You had me all hyped up
really
for catching these ghost Pokemon, and then we didn't. And then we didn't again.
In fairness, I thought we were.
Yeah.
And I was really sad to find out we weren't. Well, not this week, but next week, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. Do you want to know? I know where we're at.
Yeah.
In Zeldon, we got 2 options. Well, maybe it's either the gym or Team Rocket Lair. One or the other, but we're going to do both before we get back to the tower, and we should probably be able to do both before we get back to the tower. So, like, the next one might end with us, like, catching a ghost. I'm sorry. It took a long time. I'm sorry. We get 21 months from Rainy Days 48. 12 months from the Slick Duke. Congrats on the 1. 40 months from Renee Moss. 300 bits from Sinstar says, good morning, grandparents. Hope y'all are just as ready for Coliseum as I am. We're probably less ready.
A land made of milk and
Probably
honey.
because, like, I would assume that most of you are ready just inherently. Maybe you have to, like, get some snacks. You gotta go to the store and get some snacks, and then that's your level of preparation. My level of preparation is, I am not done cutting the bumper or cutting the intro. I will finish, presumably, both of them today. The bumper actually is basically cut.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on something from someone. We had
You needed a voiceover.
I needed a voiceover. One of my friends, I asked them to do a voiceover, and I'm assuming I'll be getting that today.
Yeah.
I hope so. I do need it today, so hopefully I'll hopefully I'll get it. Hi Eddie, do you have something good for us or something disgusting?
Put down the TV show and pick up Tiny Eddie's Dill Nuggets.
From Yami Florence, hello grandparents. I just caught a shiny Mr. Mime in Legends Arceus and have named her Glurp in honor of your loyal mime. I also caught an absolutely gigantic Mr. Mime and decided to name him Tiny Eddie. Can't wait to see what he cooks for me. What would a Mr. Mime cook? People. Dill Nuggets. Dill Nuggets sounds pretty good.
Mini pickles?
Yeah, but like fried. Because otherwise they would just be dill pickles. You know, if they're nuggets, it would just be, what's the little ones? They have names. Not little nuggets, little, pickles. There's a name for little pickles.
Little pickles.
No, there's a name. Gherkin is what I was thinking of. Gherkin.
Aren't gherkins bigger? Aren't gherkins like this big and like a specific type of pickle?
I think gherkins are like this big. They're like little fellas. Anyway, you take a gherkin, you deep fry it. That's a dill nugget, in my opinion, and that sounds good. Because normally when they do fried pickles, they do the
slices.
Yeah, they do the little hamburger chips, and I would absolutely eat an entire one deep fried. Whoo! With like.
I think it would be too hot liquid in the middle.
With mustard. Oh yeah, yeah.
Because like the chips they get hot in the middle.
Oh, we're asking too many questions. Aren't gherkins not dill? We have to move on. I will very quickly use this entire breakfast and be like, I don't know. Let's talk more about pickles. I do love pickles. It's been a long time since I've gotten like some of the restaurants have the fried pickle appetizers.
Zaxby's does. Right?
They do. It's been a while. I want to go to Zaxby's. 100 bits from Caber29. 100 bits from Angemin85. 14 months from Lilo Ashlina. Vegetable Sorbet gifted 3 subs to W. James MCI, Zelcha Productions, and Van the Tokeman. 100 bits from Radio Dread says, hype for Tuesday! Yeah! Yak. You know, I was born at 2:22 a.m. And that's why my favorite number is 3. 25 months from T-Mug Celeste. 322 bits from Aldo with the hype bleh starring. You were born?
He's always been Grandpa.
I've always been born. From the time I was born to the time before I was born. And then also when I was born
And
after.
now.
And now. Into bits from Satsy. Who says, I'm glad your noodle brain is the same noodle brain we all know and love. Hoping there's no third episode, unless you want one for documentation purposes. So it's a weird situation, right? Like, and also if folks haven't seen these vlogs, like this will be a little bizarre, but you've probably seen them. They caught a little traction. People wanted to see them, which is good because I wanted people to see them.
Yeah.
Solely for the purpose of like, if I talk about it again, I don't want anyone to be concerned.
Yeah.
There's always an element of that to an extent, just because like someone somewhere won't see it. But we released some vlogs over the weekend. One is me talking about transient global amnesia, which is something I've dealt with on 2 separate occasions. And then a follow-up vlog to that, actually, that I just put out, where I answer some questions from the comments of the first one, since there was a few folks who got some stuff wrong. Yeah, Chaz has got the links for you. Yeah, I think, you know, I think one of the big takeaways is just thinking about the fact that, like, you know, I had the first episode, like, over 2 years ago. I just didn't mention it.
Yeah.
And everything, you know, people are none the wiser. And I had one last month.
Yeah, last month.
And I didn't mention it, and people are none the wiser. So, like, it's fine. And, you know,
It is
I'm fine.
not a constant state when it happens. It is an event, and
Yeah.
then we move past it.
It's not a chronic illness.
Yeah.
You know, like many other chronic illnesses. It's just a thing that happens, and you don't know if it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. It, you know, I could have another one next year. I could have another one in 6 years. I could never have another one. You have no idea.
But it is good practice to lower stress and eat healthy and
Yeah.
take care of yourself, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, just in general, and you know, I think folks maybe know it's hard, right? Because there is a lot of stress, like, in our lives for various different things. But in a general sense, we work towards lowering stress. We realize, especially, like, you know, from years ago, it's very easy to just overdo it and then be stuck overdoing it.
Yeah.
And we've worked really hard in the past few years, especially recently, you know, just to really try and, like, think hard about what we're doing, what we're working on, what we should be working on, and choosing things based on that. You know, like, let's not overwork ourselves. Let's not work ourselves to death. And I think we're doing pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Anyway, about wanting one. There is a, you know, I don't want one, but I am curious. I think it's like one of those things, like, if knowing that it's TGA, or very, 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 very likely TGA, and that it doesn't pose any long-term risk to me, I wouldn't mind if it happened again, you know, for the sole purpose of, like, documenting it. One of the things that was interesting, I was telling Mal, is, you know, I've watched some other videos now of people who are actively experiencing TGA. There's some online, and I linked to one in that follow-up vlog. And one of the things that they asked them was not just things about the moment, but, like,
A little bit more.
like more general knowledge.
Yeah. Because
sometimes during TGA you forget that too. So, like, they had asked them who the president was, and, like, the guy couldn't remember. And he was like, was it Trump? And then he couldn't remember if Trump had ever been president. He was like, did that happen? And then, you know, his wife was like, that happened. He was president for 1 term, but we have a new president now. And he goes, and, you know, did Biden? Like, did Biden run? And he was like, you know, yeah, Biden was, you know, sworn in. So, like, that sort of thing is, you don't know. That's one thing that was really...
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't ask the questions, you can't figure that out. And that's one of the things I'm curious about.
Because in the moment, you don't know.
To think to ask that.
Yeah.
You're not, because you're not thinking about that. Especially, you know, if it happens to you for the first time, you're just mostly going to be like, what's going on? You know, that. And we were a little more calm the second time, but it was still...
Yeah.
There was still like, oh, this ain't good. But I wish we would have had some of the forethought to ask other things.
Yeah.
So if it happens again, I think we'll keep that in mind. Also, like in relation to how long some of these episodes go, mine have been relatively short.
Yeah.
You know, because the first one was about 2 to 3 hours, probably closer to 2 hours, and then this last one was under an hour. So some of these people, this stuff goes on for them for, you know, upwards of, you know, 14, 16 hours. And I haven't had that. So yeah, it's not, I'm not asking for another episode, but I am extremely curious, if that makes any sense. Let's see. 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu says, clown for the Tuesday high P train. Also, I like how you managed to bring up the high P train in Broken Phone the other day.
Coffee!
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. This came in before I made that comment, but yeah. If you haven't seen the new Broken Phone, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. It's just, you know, 40 minutes of pure unadulterated comedy.
Yeah.
As they all are.
They all are.
Basically. 300 bits from the Shaman says, found an extension that hides recommended videos on YouTube, and it's wonderful. Spending less time on social media really does wonders for your mental health. I mean, I agree with that. I'm in one of those weird situations where, like, social media is, I guess, literally part of my job, and I've adapted to it pretty well. But there's like internal rules in my head for like how to, you know, not engage. You know, for like you never click on the what do they call it now?
Where?
Hold on, what do they call it? There's no name on it. The Explore tab on Twitter. Like, you just don't click that. You just don't click it. You don't need it. Like that, you don't need that. That's not important. And there's some other little things, you know, like that. So like it's possible to engage with social media in a like healthier way. But I also understand just being like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm a not. 30 bits from Radio Dread says, clowning around at the speed of sound. And I'm going to keep that same cadence as I read Squids that says, pour some sugar on me. Y'all remember that line from the Sonic song? When Sonic looks into the camera and says, pour some sugar on me?
That's how you end up with ants in your house.
That's the next line, actually.
Yeah.
That's how you wind up with the ants in your house now. 300 bits from Sistar says, makes me worry about the pair I found in the desert. If you can't tell, I'm on my like 10th playthrough of Earthbound. I gotta tell you, it's been so exciting for me to see all of the like Twitter posts or YouTube comments or whatever about folks playing Earthbound. It's been really exciting, especially on Twitter, because people will send me like images of where they are in the game or whatever, or like things they found interesting. They're playing through it for the first time and they're like, this was really cool, and then, you know, they send it my way. It's just great. I'm so glad this stupid game is available for people to
Mr. Deathkill says, I saw Chaz's mole playing rough video the other day, and for some people that might make more sense now.
Yeah, Chaz is known from time to time, or one time, to make a video. So it's a good video. It's it explains something about you. Once you've gotten through the game, it's worth watching, or at least through the desert.
Yeah.
At least through the desert. An anonymous gifter gifted a sub to Anise, as well as TobyH122 and Masterlink FD. Oh, and another one. And Pinch of Razzle Dazzle. Anonymous, thank you. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate it. 39 months from Wizard Grad Student. 40 months from Jam Meepler. 40 months from Sephiroth1204. We don't get the combo so hard to get. Sinistar Man gifted a sub to Everdread. Hey. Is that our Everdread? I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. I don't think. Okay. There's a bunch of different spellings. I don't know. 8 months from Devitaru. 300 bits from Radio Dread says, speaking of click clock. It says TikTok. I just read it wrong. Speaking of TikTok, although click clock.
What's the Donkey Kong level? The track? It's not TikTok track.
Oh, TikTok Trek.
That's it.
TikTok Trek. Yeah. Click clock. Horses only. Speaking of TikTok, shout out to that one funny guy on there who does the old time recipes, B. Dylan Hollis. I like his stuff. See, that's the thing that, you know, there's a lot of noise on the platform. At least that's my initial take on it. But that doesn't mean there's not good stuff on there. I'm sure there's good stuff on there.
There's just a lot of noise.
There's a lot of noise, especially when you don't even you
You
don't even tell the algorithm
what
anything.
You like.
It's like, no, you figure it out. You figure it out. So far, it hasn't. What's the other thing it was recommending me? It was recommending me prank videos, and I was like, oh, you
Gender
have got
reveals?
the... Yes. It was doing prank videos, and I was like, you are wrong. I was like, you are really wrong, buddy. There's few things in the world I hate less than prank videos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to talk about instant hatred for humanity, put a prank video in front of me. We will have problems quick. But yeah, so many gender reveals. And I'm like, who do you think I am? What the crap? Who am I? And of course it doesn't know, so it's trying. It's like, well, you need to try something else. You need to try something else. Stephen hates pranks and gender. Yes. What's the other thing it was showing me? Oh, there's... this seems to be a genre. Tell me if this is a genre. Because I've noticed this from more than one person. It's not like one... there's one person who does a lot of it, but I've noticed this from multiple people. I turn it on, and it comes up, and it's someone in a public space, and it's like there'll be like an attractive woman just dancing. But she's not the person that has the account. It's someone else, and they're just there.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so.
And it's like different people and I'm like, what's happened? That's the thing. So much of it is like clickbait, where you load it up and you're just like, you're trying to figure out what you're watching. You're like, what's happening? And sometimes there'll be weird, unrelated events occurring. And you're like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. And then you leave. And then you realize, wait, that must be it. It's the whole thing. It's like, put a lot of very strange things happening together. And so you're like, but wait, what's occurring? Anyway, I'm gonna keep Xing out the all of the people so they never show up again. You know, if I do that enough, one day I'll load it up and be like, there's no TikToks left. And I'll be like, haha, I win! We'll see what happens. 30 Bits of Mind and Crafting Live says, can we get a clean take of that for the alert? Antelope. What did I say? I said antelope, but I don't know how I said it. So to answer that question, no.
No.
No. If we don't get a clean take the first time, the magic is gone. So, you know, we have to wait till I say some other bizarre word. Bizarre, insinuating the antelope, the word is bizarre. It's a little weird. It's got like, it's a very up downward. Antelope. Some words are like do. Antelope is an antelope. You know that?
Never thought about it.
Oh, I think about that daily. 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, and second lunch. 18 months from Riza Luca. Hearing a bit some shy says, I'd like to request good vibes from everyone, not just for me, but for my cousins, my aunt, and the rest of my family. My uncle passed away last night after being sick for the past month. As you might expect, everyone is in a mix of shock and mourning. Life is precious, and grief never fails to remind us of that. First off, I'm sorry to hear that. That's fast too. So like you're dealing with the fact that you lost a family member, which is already difficult, but the fact that the sickness just happened. I mean that sucks. It just really sucks. I wish you the goodest of vibes for you and then your entire family, and hope that you are able to. I mean, for one, just kind of rest well. That's one of the hardest things about losing someone important to you, I think. Is like you use energy to grieve. It's a very physical process. And I hope that throughout all of that, you're able to get some much needed rest and come out okay on the other side of it. I really do. We actually just
You told the story.
No, I'm not telling that one.
You're telling that one. Okay.
I'm not telling that one.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say we actually just I don't want to say celebrated because that's not the right word for it, but reminisced, remembered. Sagan just the date of Sagan's passing was the 20th, 2 days ago. So we were thinking about that, the other day, and it's interesting because when these events occur, they are earth-shatteringly powerful. Like they move mountains in how much emotions that you shed, and it takes a long time, but they heal. They do. It's now been 2 years, and I can't believe it's been 2 years because, dear God, it's been fast 2 years. But it's nice to be able to, look at him and things are okay. Things are okay. Now, actually, I see at least an illustration of him every single day. I've shared this before, but I have an illustration that Wembler did hanging in my bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom at least once a day, and I always get to see that. So it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. And Mr. Gameboy's the one that sent that in and put that all together. So I appreciate that. And is it crazy that it's been 2 years? The freaking fast 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. We got 27 months from Padawan Becca. 3 bits from the Reloot says he's a younger person that watches you guys as well as a few of the popular streamers. It is strange when I don't get popular jokes that originate from TikTok. At least I know Twitch etiquette. Each platform definitely has its own etiquette, meta, jokes. Keeping up with all of it is basically impossible.
And because we're not hanging out on TikTok, we probably won't get that.
I'll probably never get it.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay. I'm fine with that. There's things on Twitch I still don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's little things that pop up, and then I have to learn them. And I usually learn them 6 months later. It's been a while. Reload says, for note, I am 19. Yeah, I mean, the TikTok the people that are using the app the most is younger, but it's skewing older. It takes a long time. Younger generation grabs onto things more quickly, and then it goes from there. But my mom was telling me that her boss is on TikTok every day, and her boss is probably what,
40s,
maybe 40s. So it's there's a slightly wider. It's expanding the age demographics of it, and that's good to an extent because if you want to appeal to an audience in an age range, people in that age range generally need to be making that content. it's not exactly how it works, but like there's something to that statement where, you know, if people are really, really liking stuff that like 19-year-olds are putting out, I probably won't. Probably not going to understand it. They're probably going to be using words I've never heard of. There's a lot of words that are like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Dead baking. That might be a little much of my mom. My mom still struggles to understand email sometimes, so we might be asking a little too much doing TikTok. Platinum Pikachu sends in 300 bits, says, Happy Tuesday. At the time of me sending this, it is 2:22 p.m. in the UK, where, because we use the day, month, year date system, the day is both palindromic and reads the same upside down when using calculator digits. It feels like something should happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know? It feels like that something should occur at that moment. Like at 2:22, just collectively you hear people go, yeah! Like all around you or something. You can't, because that's the most that you could probably get.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm gonna ask everyone to do today. If you remember today, someone here will remember. If you remember today, when it is 2:22 in your local time, if you're near other people, just stand up and go, 2! You know, just do it. Just to see. You know, you only live once, right? Make the most of it.
It's only this date and time, all twos once.
Yeah.
Until
you're on the New York subway
in
today.
200 years, it'll happen again.
It would be better in 200 years, actually. It'd be more twos. You're on the New York subway, just stand up and be like, hey, everybody! Hey, everybody, look at all the twos! And then, whatever the next stop is, get off, because you want to get out of there. Let's see. If you do it, you'll live twice. It is the secret to immortality. Yeah.
You setting an alarm?
I don't want to live forever. 26 months from Jolteron. 300 bits from Charhutcher says, so Steven, after watching Lord of the Rings, ready to spend the next 7 Sundays watching Harry Potter. So I really wanted to watch those films because they're the films specifically are super beloved, and I'm interested in seeing them. I only ever saw the first one with the dog. I know there is dog. Anyway, it's so funny because the plan had been to watch them with Lindsay, who is very familiar with the source material, and we kept saying we'll do it, and we never did it. Now she moved. So that sort of sucks. I'm not saying I won't watch them at some point. I'm sure I'll get to it, but that had been the plan. But at some point, I'll.
Someday.
It's someday. I gotta figure out what happens to that dog. When the
only in the first movie.
Don't tell you what? He's not a recurring character? No. You've ruined the entire franchise for me. I thought there would be
Harry Potter.
I thought there would be
not the dog.
I thought there would be scenes where like Harry like rides the dog. Oh no. Oh no. I guess the movie's just about Harry Potter and not like dog, whatever his name was. What's his name? Like Chief? I think it was Chief. Master Chief. Nope, that's a different character. Remember when Harry Potter rides Master Chief into the sun? That's a good film. 300 bits. Fluffy. That is not.
Yes, it is.
Is it really? I thought it was like something with. I thought it started with a C. Carl. Is it really Fluffy? Like, for real? Cerberus. Harry Potter, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Woof, 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 Mark, woof.
That's the joke they make on Riff Tracks.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh. Anyway, I know that those are movies that folks grew up and feel very strongly about. So at some point, I'll watch those and ruin them for you too. I ruined everything for the Lord of the Rings fan. I don't know. I don't think I ruined anything. I think I enhanced Lord of the Rings. So I'm willing to also enhance
Other movies.
Harry Potter. I'll get to it. One of the things I was thinking about the other day was like, you know what movie I really liked, and there are more of them, and I really liked the world building it was doing, was John Wick. I want to watch. I want to watch the next one of those. We'll get to it. Gotta watch Parasite too. 300 bits from Anne, who says, "Please send rejoicing for my brother Nicholas, who after several months of paperwork issues finally has a job. Good vibes to all grandkids who still need one of those." Good vibes. Glad that worked out. Yeah, I've known several people actually, both like in person and then also folks that have shared information on some here and then some in the Discord of like a long time.
Yeah.
Applying for a lot of work before things finally worked out. But I'm glad to hear that. Getting to that point is actually remarkably difficult right now for a lot of folks. We got 24 months from just KJB. I was hoping you'd match me.
No, it's too early.
When does that happen? Is that like... That scared me. From Radio Dread. From the Harry Potter wiki regarding Fluffy. In 2019, Fluffy was suspected to have been involved in an incident with a taco truck. How about that? Oh, that's... Oh, no. That must have been a very big taco truck. It's a big dog. The dog's big. Not to spoil the movie. But the dog's pretty big. He's like the size of 6 dogs. I'm guesstimating here, but...
I mean, it's a 3-headed dog, so...
He's not the size of 3 dogs. No. He's just a dog with 3 heads, but he's real big.
Thomas said, "Can I pet that dog?"
Come pet that dog! Man, I just realized, "Can I pet that dog?" has the same rhythm and cadence as, boo, 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 boo. Why aren't we doing that instead? We don't need the air horn. We just need, "Come pet that dog!" Do 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 do. Come pet that dog! Come pet that dog! So anyway, 3 bits from Vinny G Play says, "Some people feel weird about joking about your memory now, despite you saying not to, but one thing you will never live down is the bothering before the toaster incidents." That's the thing that I do wish would go away. That's the one thing that I'm like, that's the thing. I don't even mind it. I don't even mind it being brought up. The thing that always bothers me is when, you know, I would be doing something in the kitchen and I'll cook something or whatever, and people will be like, "Wait, you can cook?" It's like, "Yes." But you did the bread that one time. And I'll be like, "I did do the bread that one time. Did do the bread." Or if people just don't even acknowledge the cook, they're like, "Steven can't cook because he burned the bread the one time." And I'm like, I cook half the meals in the house.
You do.
I cook half the meals. I show myself cooking for a lot of them. I clearly like understand how it out, but yeah, that's been a constant. And again, that plays into, you know, self-deprecating humor. It's like, you know, this is a thing I screwed up, but people find it funny, and then I just did not expect it to ever last 10 years. I was like, holy crap. People are still like, "But can you cook?" And I'm like, yep. It's true, yeah. I can do it. He had character development from pre-buttered toast to not doing that. Thomas says, "I think it's worse that you microwave salsa that one time." That was not a cooking error. That was a brain fart. That was a genuine brain fart. You ever have that thing where like your brain is not sure it remembers how to do something, and it tries and it fails? That is what that was.
That was.
There was... It had been a long... People haven't heard this story. It had been a long time since I had had salsa. Long time. And we had some salsa, and my brain was like, I think
You like this warm.
we warmed this up. And I mentioned that to Mao, and she goes,
No.
no. And I was like, no, I think it's what you're supposed to do. And she goes, no. So I took the salsa. I don't know if it was a new one or
You
if
forgot spicy and hot were different.
maybe that's
That was it.
Maybe like wires got crossed in my brain, and I was like, this is supposed to be hot. I don't know if it was a new jar or if it was in the fridge. It must have been a new jar because it would have been a while since we had it. So I opened up a new jar of salsa and I poured it in a bowl. And Mal was like, she's like, this is not a thing. And I was like, but Mal, salsa hot. And then I microwaved the salsa. And when
You had one bite and you were like,
as soon as I got it, my brain was like, whoa, bud, no, this ain't it. This is wrong.
Renee, you are so right. Mal can only correct you so much. Sometimes you have to learn by doing.
It's true. It's true. And yeah, if you don't have something for a long time, or if you don't do something for a long time, your brain could get a little confused. My brain was very confused. And I think Thomas is right. I got hot and spicy mixed up, and I was like, this is supposed to be hot. It's not. It's disgusting. Do not do it. Says the man who puts his avocado in the microwave. 1962 from the Chemist 2020. So today just happens to be my dad's 60th birthday, so that would give this alert much relevance.
Coffee.
Sorry, I had to do the math on it. Like, Chemist clearly already did the math, but I had to do the math on my own. Hey, 1962 was a long time ago. My mom actually said that to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Which was odd. I can't remember the context, but she mentioned that to me. She mentioned that to me, and then she said, see, I watched the vlog too. That was her follow-up. I was like, I don't think anyone doubted that. I'm pretty sure we all knew that. 300 bits of wait, that's when I read.
Yeah.
I knew that. 8 months from Jay the Crab. 300 bits from Sinstar Man says, TikTok? You mean TikTok clock? Hold on. You want to see something cool? Do you want to see something cool? B-A-N-J-O. Which one do you want? These are both. Let's do this one. There you go. That's the wrong one. So you're right. Click Clock Wood is not TikTok clock. I was like, TikTok clock, I know that one. Plays Banjo-Kazooie. I'm gonna leave it. That was genuine. That was. Yeah, I'm not fixing this. It's because it's not broken. It's fine. It's beautiful.
I don't know why you didn't just type in TikTok clock instead of banjo.
Because I knew. I knew.
And we see how that works.
Yeah, we did.
Coffee.
We sure did. 18 months from the Super Thingy Bob. 300 bits from Goldmage says, what you say to me, I'll kill you. I ain't swapping that shrimp. I paid money for that shrimp. This is a nice shrimp. Don't you talk bad about my shrimp, O'Driscoll. I'm a nice man with nice shrimp. I'll kill anyone who say I don't. Nice man. Nice shrimp. Memorable moment, 1414. Arthur has nice hats. He does.
This look dude said, Mel, he has to learn.
A lot of people don't know that Red Dead Redemption is really just a Like a dress-up sim. Like, what do I want Arthur to wear today? It's kind of what it is. And like, I'm learning quickly that Pokemon Let's Go is the same way. Diglett hat.
Diglett hat.
And what is even in this game? When I was still learning how to cook, I remembered having an omelet with salsa, and so I've mixed the salsa in with whipped eggs and tried to cook that. Oh boy, I learned that day. It probably wouldn't be so bad mixed in because the eggs are hot, but that's certainly not how I enjoy it. I like omelets and salsa a lot, but I put the salsa, the cold, chilled salsa on the hot omelet after the fact. I put eggs and tomatoes together sometime.
Yeah.
We're not too far removed from salsa at that point. We're getting close. What is salsa? Tomato.
Gazpacho.
Turning from Blastoise Eats 9. Hello, grandparents. I started a new D&D campaign, and I'm playing a druid. I'm so excited to wild shape into cats. Mal liked playing a druid.
Yep.
They're fun. Just because they have a lot of options available to them, which makes them fun. That's why kind of why I like being an Aarakocra. If your DM will let you fly. Just a little bit. Just a little bit as a treat. A little bit as a treat. What was I going to say?
What's happening today?
Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on with... Well, I mean, yeah, but before I get to that, what's going on with me? I am having an endoscopy tomorrow. Here, have beans while I talk about endoscopies. Did it break again?
It broke again.
I literally just fixed it. Someone do it. Thanks. I kind of wonder if this is somehow related to the Ethernet port not working. Fun fact, I haven't bothered fixing this yet because I should look into it, but I've been busy. When I turn on the computer, Ethernet doesn't work. I think I've mentioned this before. I realized that I can fix it by unplugging and plugging back in, but that's a lot of effort. So what I've been doing is I open up a web page when I sit down and I turn it on, and it tries to pull it up and it doesn't work. So then it gives me the option to do the Windows diagnostic tool, and I click that and it solves it. It resets the Ethernet adapter and then it works because it's the same as pulling it out and putting it back in. I should really figure it out, but it takes a while to look into this stuff. So I'm like, I'll just do that. But I'm wondering maybe if when the computer starts,
that's how that messes up.
Maybe where it's it's not connecting to the account to be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know. Computers are bad. So the thing I was going to talk about. What was I going to say?
Endoscopy?
Yeah. They called me and they want to set up the endoscopy in order to, check me out and see what's going on in there. And my options were Wednesday or the middle of March. And I was like, cool. I guess Wednesday. So I'm doing that Wednesday. Yeah. Birthday endoscopy. If I would have went for March, it would have been the case. So yeah, I'm having that Wednesday, and
we need to get that done though. You've been hurting.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm like,
yeah.
I have not felt super great. Yesterday was the first day where the pain had subsided in some fashion. It wasn't like subsiding a lot, but I had pain from where he had pushed on my abdomen. And that finally, as of yesterday, feels slightly better. Slightly. But yeah, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow. And Dan, we saw Dan yesterday because he was helping us film the bumper. And Dan was a little concerned. He's like, "Are you going to be able to talk?" It's because the thing down your throat. He's like, "You're gonna have a sore throat probably." He's like, "Are you going to be able to talk?" Because we're going into Coliseum, and I was like, "Dude, I have no idea." I have no idea, and I said, if I can't, then I just can't, but I can't wait till the middle of March. I gotta get this figured out. So, I am.
Yeah.
I'm having it figured out. Mal's got some stuff for...
Yeah. I bought stuff for sore throats when I had surgery. Yeah.
Because Mal's intubated.
Yeah.
And, had stuff ready for dealing with that, so I'll have that.
I got
also.
by on just a regular throat drop, I think. I only needed 1 or 2, and that was it.
Jim asked if I have to do anything special for it. Never done an endo solo without colonoscopy. The only thing they sent a little sheet over. I'll look back over it, but I'm pretty sure the only thing I have to do is not have any food or drink past midnight tonight.
I set an alarm.
As long as I don't do that, I should be okay. Yeah. And they also want me to wear loose clothing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And several people have confused endoscopy with colonoscopy. Endoscopy is this hole. That's the one I'm doing. I'll leave it at that. You guys can figure out where the colonoscopy could be. But the endoscopy's here. There's only so many holes, really. There's only so many that you got. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on today. So today is Tuesday, and as we know, scope all your holes. I had a cystoscopy many years ago.
Complete the set.
So once I get the colonoscopy, I'm good. That's the thing. I don't want a colonoscopy. I want to eat a camera. Anyway, Tuesday. You're going for the Triple Crown. It's Tuesday, which means there's a new episode of Skyrim. Today's is particularly good. They're all good. I'll tell you, they're all good, and watch them all. Please watch them. But the Dan did a really, really good job on this one. It's very, very funny. So I hope that you'll choose to watch that with your human eyes. And possibly expose your dogs to them. Maybe dog eyes would also maybe watch them. Especially if your dog has their own little dog laptop. Do they go? Every Sunday they go to dog church. I can't do it. I'm a dog, I go to dog church. So, in addition to that being out today, actually that's it. That's it! What? You.
I mean, it's not all the way done
Crank
yet.
that soldier boy.
Full painting.
Yeah, but are you going to have that done?
I don't know.
Okay, so
It's almost done.
Maybe today there will be Mal makes full version. But it might be tomorrow or something. We're trying to get everything done, and I think I explained this last time. For the general public, Coliseum starts Saturday. We hope that you'll tune in. It's 1,000 hours long. So what is it? 12 hours each day?
Yeah.
It's probably a little. It's probably 14 hours each day. I think it's
Yeah.
13 or 14 hours each day. It's on Saturday, and then on Sunday, and then on Monday. That's this weekend. It is days away. But even though it starts with the general public on Saturday, we get started on everything
2 days from now.
on Thursday. So that's kind of what Dan was talking about. Like, you know, I'm gonna be getting the endoscopy tomorrow, and then the next day everyone's here. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1, and Chaz has that link for the schedule.
The schedule displays in your local time, I believe.
Hope so.
I think it says it on there.
Probably does. And I'll go ahead and tell you now. Our event thing, art time is Monday. It's Monday, so yeah. Breakfast stream's still happening on Thursday. We won't.
No one's gonna be here that early.
Yeah, breakfast stream is still on for Thursday. No changes there. So we'll see y'all Thursday. It'll be fine. And that's it.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna nap a little bit today, and I'm gonna work really hard to get everything set for
the weekend.
Yeah. I promise that on Saturday, when this event starts, there will be a cool intro for you to watch. I promise. And I also promise that there will be a fun bumper from Mallory and myself. It's fun. It's going to be...
Filmed by Dan.
Dan was so worried, and Dan did great.
Yeah.
I think Dan was intimidated by... I mean, for one, intimidated by the fact that he knows me and he knows how I am about all that stuff, and he wanted to, like, not let me down. And then also intimidated by the camera.
Yeah, it's a big camera.
I handed him that camera, and he was like, wow, this camera is way heavier than it has any right to be. And I was like, it's a heavy camera. But it came out great.
It did.
I'm looking forward to folks seeing it.
It is not the Lamp 3.
It's not the Lamp 3.
No.
In fact, it's the polar opposite of the Lamp. It's nice. It's fun. It's nice and fun. Not to imply that the Lamp wasn't fun. The Lamp was fun, but a little different. Anyway, last alert. 300 from Blastoid says, "Oh, happy Tuesday. Don't forget, at 2:22 p.m., stand up on the subway and say, two, everybody." Someone might right then and there say, two, and then you found your soulmate right there on the subway. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern for the calm before the storm. It's going to be a busy, busy weekend.